we have a new shipment of books. Okay, I have a few. They seem nice. I'll leave it to Christy. Okay, these are the especially for girls collection. So these are for young readers. Okay, so we have Leave It to Christy, and then we have Belonging. Different author. Okay. What's the second book? Buddies. Buddies, buddies, buddies. This one's making some music. Okay. Almost 15. I love the illustrations. Steps in Time. That's a pretty cover. Okay. I can listen to these sounds all day. Hello, the Silent Library of Literature. This is Miss Tally speaking. How may I help you today? Is this Kramer? Hello, Kramer. We've been through this already. Your card has been revoked. We've had far too many incidents, and you know it takes you a very long time to bring back your books. Yes, I understand that, but the last time you bring back your books, they were destroyed. They all had ketchup stains on them. And you know how I feel about my books. I'm sorry, Kramer. I have to go. I have a lot to do, and so little time. You have a good one. Some people never learn. All of the above. And do you call that a dream date? How cute. Here we go. Hello. Are you checking in or checking out? Excellent. Hold on one moment. Let me just put these off to the side and get you all situated. So we're just checking in a few books, correct? Excellent. So I'm just going to need to see your library card. Thank you. I'm just going to input your name as well as your library card number. Okay. So you checked out 3 books and you're bringing, yes, all 3 back. Excellent. Okay, so the first one, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, a classic by Mark Twain. Okay. So I did make a note that there was a tear in the front and the back isn't looking too good either, but that is not your fault. Overall, this is looking pretty good, but we're definitely going to need to get another copy of this because it is a favorite here, very well loved. So, was this a required read for school, or? Okay, excellent. Did you enjoy it? Oh, that makes me happy. Okay. So, excellent. And just make a note. That would definitely do for a new copy. Okay. This next one, B.C. Andrews. She's excellent. I love Flowers in the Attic. Have you read that one? So this one is Seeds of Yesterday. is in superb condition. Yeah, the dusk jacket always tends to get a bit janky. We are going to be covering all of our older books with cellophane, so that should definitely help out with all of the tears and things like that. But it looks really, really good. Okay, so excellent. And the last one. Oh, okay. Robert Ludlum, The Born Identity. Okay. So, did you enjoy this one? These books are definitely heavy, but I did enjoy this one. My favorite one, I do believe, is the Parsifal Mosaic. I think that's my favorite Robert Ludlum book. This one's about 500 pages, correct? Yes. Yeah, that one's about 500-ish. We do have a couple copies of those, yes, in circulation. And I do believe that only one has been checked out, so there should be probably 2 still available here. Yeah, in case you're interested. This looks good. So, you're gonna look around. Okay. Here's your library card, and thank you so much for bringing back the books in a timely manner. And they're all in good condition and well loved, and I'm so happy that you enjoyed them. Yes, do check out the Parsifal Mosaic. It's an excellent one, I promise. Okay, so and the last one. Is this a new book by Agatha Christie? 5 complete novels of murder and detection. 10 little Indians, parallel in house. The murder at Hazelmore, easy to kill and evil under the sun. Okay. I'll have to input this in our system. This seems like a fun read. How many pages? 134. Oh, hello, Connie. It is so good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's your mom?
She's good.
I did call her the other day, and she didn't answer.
Oh, well, you know, Mrs. T, she's always keeping busy, that woman.
Honey, I understand. Don't you worry. I understand. She is a busy woman. Yes, it needs no explanation. I'm just kidding with you. So, I love what you did with your hair.
Oh, thank you.
I'm always fascinated at how creative you are with your hair and your makeup. I mean, I just have so much hair. I don't know what to do with it. Honestly, do you want some? You can have some. And your eyes, they're so colorful. I wish I could do that, but I would just look like a clown, to be honest.
No, come on.
I'm just gonna be boring Miss Tally
No.
forever.
No.
Unless you want to share some tips.
Of course it would, Mrs. T. Anything for you.
Yeah, it would be so much fun. I would love that.
Of course.
Is that you? I smell something minty.
Oh.
I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Do you have gum in your mouth?
Yeah.
You know that no one can get past me when it comes to chewing gum.
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. It's one of the rules, and you know we must abide to the rules, especially when it comes to the library.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot, Miss T.
Oh, honey, it's okay. No need to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
The bin's right over there.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
So, how can I help you today? Are you checking in? Are you checking out? Oh, okay. You're checking in?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So let me just see your library card. Thank you very much, sweetheart. Okay, so I'm just going to jot down your name and your library card ID number. Okay. So it looks as though you have only one book that you checked out with us. And it's Stephen King's It. And you checked that out 2 days ago, so wow, you are quite a quick reader.
I love Stephen K, you know. When I get drawn into a good read, there's no turning back.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm the same way. If I get sucked into a book, I mean, I'm all in. I'm all in. So this is about 1,138. I was gonna say around 1,000, but yeah, close. 1,138. I did read this book, and I fell in love with it as well. It's excellent. I love that he mingled the 2 time periods together when the kids were kids, of course, and then as they grew up, and Pennywise is just really, really scary, and just plays on just fears and child trauma and how that kind of lingers on as an adult. And I loved this so very much. The cover is just amazing too, and I'm such a big fan of Stephen King.
Me too.
So I'm really excited to see that you are too. Yeah. So this is a popular book. We have a couple of these in cycle right now. But this one in particular, the binding is already getting loose, and it's not a very old book, but it's just really, really popular. So I love the 7 characters, the 7 children. Who was your favorite character?
Oh, definitely Beverly Marsh. She's so strong.
Okay. So, thank you for bringing back the book in such a timely manner, and I'm happy to know that you enjoyed it because it is one of my favorites as well. So, are you going to be checking out any other books? I do have some Stephen King's that I think you will really, really enjoy.
Oh, well, actually, Misty, I'm going over here to do a little studying.
You're studying?
Yeah.
Studying with a friend?
Yeah.
Honey, they can wait. Just sit back. Just sit back. Trust me, you're going to love these books. Here's your library card.
Alright.
Okay. Excellent. Let me get that. Okay, so this is the selection.
Oh, wow.
I know. I kind of got carried away, but I think you will really, really enjoy these. So, the first one is, of course, from Stephen King. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of it?
I saw the movie. Yeah.
But you haven't read it yet?
No, I haven't.
Right. So this is Pet Cemetery, and as you can see, cemetery is spelled differently. It's not with a C, but with an S, and that's just part of the story. But I love this one. It's not long at all. It's not like 1,000 pages. This one is a little over 350 pages, so not too bad, not too shabby, and it's very much still creepy, even though it is a quick read. But it's about a man named Lewis and his family, and he moves his family out to a small town in Maine, I do believe, because for some reason Stephen King loves Maine. But he moves to a small town, and where his house is located, there is a very busy highway, which to me, having a family would be a red flag. But there is a busy highway, and he meets his neighbor Judd, and he befriends him, and Judd kind of warns him about the busy highway and how he should keep his family and his animals safe, and Judd shows him this cemetery, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but his poor cat Church passes away. He gets hit by a car, I believe a truck, but he gets hit in that very busy highway, and Judd takes him to this location that is a little further than the original cemetery that Judd had showed him, and it's like a pet cemetery, and supposedly if you bury your pets there, they will come back alive. And for some reason, Lewis decides to bury his pet Church in that pet cemetery, and Church does magically appear, and he is alive, but he is not the same Church. So that is the story about that, and it doesn't stop there. Let's just say that. Okay, so the next one is Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. This is actually a series, and I do like her second book better, with Lestat, which is sort of like the main vampire in this series that she has created. But you have to start with the first one. And if you like gothic novels, I think you will really like this. Anything with vampires, I think you will really like it. But I thought it was interesting because there is one vampire that kind of inspired this entire series, and it's a little girl. Her name is Claudia, and Anne Rice's daughter died at a young age, and she created Claudia after her, in remembrance of her. But the story is really, really good. And it's not a very long read. So this book is actually centered on another vampire, Louis de Pointe du Lac. I'm probably butchering that name, but it's about his life and his life as a vampire. And he is retelling his events to a reporter. And yeah, it's a nice book. I really like it. So the next book is going to be another Stephen King book. And this is Stephen King Misery. Have you heard of it?
No.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, well, this one is a psychological thriller. So it's not as scary as it, but it's still very much scary. And this is about a man named Paul Sheldon, and he is a writer. And he gets in a car accident, and someone rescues him. And her name is Misery. That's her name. And she isn't too happy with Paul Sheldon. She is obsessed with his writing, and she's not very pleased with his last book and how he ended it. Oh. So she basically kidnaps him and wants him to change the parts of the story she does not like at all cost. So it's kind of funny but scary. But here we have the lovely Stephen King. He is so handsome, isn't he? So there's that one. So this next book is probably going to be a hit or miss for you, but I literally recommend this to everyone. It's amazing. This is Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale, and she is a Canadian writer, actually. But this is a dystopian novel set in a totalitarian Christian theonomy, and the U.S. government is just overturned, and it is about a woman's journey, one of the handmaids, and she's called Offred, the possessive term of Fred.
Oh.
I like how this is written too, because it's written in the past and the present, and you really get to know her as a person and just everything she's been through before the U.S. government just went to total chaos, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
And after the present. So it is just very thought-provoking, and it's sort of a horror book in its own right. Just to think, like, could this ever really happen? Yeah, it's really, really good. I know I didn't really explain it that good, but I don't want to give a lot away. Let's just say that she has to bear her master's child because his wife is infertile. So, like I said, pretty intense, but I thought you might like that. Okay, so I just have 2 more books and that's it, and I will send you on your way. So this right here is from Joseph Wampo, and it's Echoes in the Darkness. I chose this one for you because it is a true crime novel, and I know you like true crime. This is a retelling of the mainline murder case. A very strange case. It is about a English teacher who was found in the back of her trunk. She was murdered. She was actually murdered by the principal, so her boss from the school that she worked at, and also her lover, which was a colleague at the same high school as well. So it's just a tale of deception and lies, you know. The really sad part is that her children were involved. She had a little boy and a little girl, and they are missing. They have not been found to this day. So that's the true mystery behind this entire case. Where are the children? So there's that. And the very last book is another Stephen King. This is Different Seasons. He actually wrote this because a lot of people would tell him that he is just good for horror, and that is all. So this is 4 stories, 4 novellas, and they're all really great. So it's a little different than his usual writing, but we have Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption, Apt Pupil, The Body, and The Breathing Method. My favorite is The Body, and it kind of reminds me of it because of the cast of characters in that particular story are children. Is about 4 boys, and they go on a mission to find a boy that went missing, and the town just presumes that he is dead, and so they're looking for his body. And all of these boys just have a past. They don't have a really good family life, a lot of family dysfunction, and so the story, talks about them as children, but then you get to know how their life ended up as adults, and it's kind of like a coming of age kind of story. It's really, really good. They're all really, really good. So you'll think about it. Okay. Which ones are you interested in? I could always reserve them for you. Okay.
Actually, the one about the pets.
You're interested in
The cat.
Pet Cemetery?
That one. And this one right there.
And the Handmaid's Tale?
That one. Yes.
Okay. So
Both
I will just set them aside for you.
Okay. Yeah.
And then you can tell me after you're done studying, of course, whether you want to check them out.
Of course. Actually, I'm reading this one here.
Oh, you're reading that one right now?
Shining. Yeah.
Oh, I love that one.
It's really good so far.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you read The Shining or not.
Yeah. It's real good.
Excellent. Okay. So just let me know. Have fun studying.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. Shh! No talking, you two. That reminds me. I gotta find this gum somewhere. Somewhere else. It's trash, so I can add it to my collection. Let's see. Where is it? There it is. No one's looking. perfect specimen for my gum sculpture. Perfect. How many pieces of gum do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hi. How can I help you today at the Silent Library of Literature? Checking in or checking out?